The ocean has a strange way of making us feel like visitors. The deeper we go, the quieter everything becomes. The world above disappears. Sunlight fades into shifting blue shadows. Every sound is softened by the water. Every movement feels slower. And somewhere beneath the waves, something is already watching. Not with fear, not with aggression, but with curiosity. Imagine you're floating peacefully above a coral reef. Your breathing is slow. Tiny bubbles drift toward the surface. Schools of fish move around you like living clouds. Then, from a narrow crack between two ancient rocks, a single arm begins to emerge. It doesn't rush. It doesn't strike. It reaches, slowly, deliberately. One flexible arm extends toward your gloved hand. Its tiny suction cups make gentle contact. For a brief moment, you and one of the most intelligent animals in the ocean are connected. The octopus isn't trying to pull you away. It isn't attacking. In many documented encounters, divers describe something entirely different. They describe curiosity, a careful examination, almost as if the animal is asking a question. Who are you? Why are you here? What exactly are you? It's a moment so unexpected that many divers never forget it. And, perhaps even more surprising, some octopuses seem just as interested in observing us as we are in observing them. But why? Why would an animal that has survived for millions of years by avoiding danger willingly reach toward a creature hundreds of times its size? The answer reveals a mind unlike almost anything else on Earth. Today, we're diving into the hidden psychology of the octopus, and by the end of this journey, you may never think about intelligence in quite the same way again. A mind that evolved alone. When we think about intelligent animals, we often picture creatures that are closely related to us. Chimpanzees, dolphins, elephants, animals that share large brains, complex societies, or similar ancestors. But the octopus belongs to a completely different branch of life's family tree. Our evolutionary paths separated hundreds of millions of years ago, long before mammals appeared, long before birds filled the skies, long before humans walked the earth. Yet, somehow, nature arrived at another remarkable solution to intelligence. It's as though evolution conducted the same experiment twice, using completely different materials. An octopus has no bones, no protective shell, no claws designed for fighting large predators. Its body is soft and vulnerable. To survive, it couldn't rely on strength. It had to rely on something far more powerful, its mind. The ocean's great escape artist. Life beneath the sea is filled with hunters. Sharks patrol open water. Moray eels wait inside rocky crevices. Groupers hide among coral. Seals search the seafloor. Every day presents new dangers, and every mistake can become the last. The octopus survives by solving problems. It changes color in the blink of an eye. It alters the texture of its skin until it resembles rough stone or swaying seaweed. It squeezes through openings barely larger than its own eye. When threatened, it can release a cloud of ink to confuse predators before vanishing into the reef. Each escape demands quick decisions, not random reactions, careful choices. Every encounter teaches something. Every success increases the chances of surviving another day. This is not simply instinct, it's flexible thinking, adaptation, learning. Curiosity can be a survival tool. In nature, curiosity often keeps animals alive. An octopus explores almost everything it encounters: shells, rocks, seaweed, abandoned bottles, fishing gear, even cameras carried by divers. Not because it enjoys collecting objects, but because every unfamiliar object could contain useful information. Could it become a hiding place? Could it hide food? Could it pose a danger? Could it be ignored? Touch is one of the octopus's most important ways of answering those questions. In our world, we often identify objects by looking at them. In the underwater world, vision isn't always enough. Water bends light. Currents carry sense. Visibility changes from one moment to the next. Sometimes the fastest way to understand something is simply to reach out and feel it, which makes those gentle touches between octopus and diver seem much less mysterious. They're not necessarily signs of affection, nor are they acts of aggression. Very often, they're acts of investigation. The octopus isn't thinking like a human, it's thinking like an octopus. And that's where this story becomes truly extraordinary, because the way an octopus experiences the world may be unlike any mind you've ever imagined. Imagine for just a moment that you have no bones. Your body can flow through openings barely larger than your own eye. You don't hear the world the way humans do. You don't walk across solid ground. You live in a world where light bends, currents carry information, and danger can appear from any direction. Now imagine something even stranger. Your arms don't simply obey your brain. In many ways, they help think for themselves. An octopus possesses one of the most remarkable nervous systems in the animal kingdom. It has hundreds of millions of neurons. But, unlike humans, a large proportion of those neurons are located throughout its arms rather than only in its central brain. Each arm can process sensory information, coordinate complex movements, and respond rapidly to its surroundings while still working as the whole animal. It isn't that each arm has its own separate mind. Rather, intelligence is distributed through the body in a way that's unlike our own. To us, this feels almost impossible to imagine. But for an octopus, it's simply the way life works. The world through touch. Humans trust their eyes. Octopuses trust touch. Every one of those hundreds of suction cups is far more than a tiny gripping tool. They are extraordinary sensory organs. Each one can gather detailed information about texture, pressure, and the shape of an object. Scientists have also found that octopus suckers contain receptors that help detect certain chemicals in the water, allowing them to gain additional information when they touch something. Imagine being able to learn about an object simply by placing your hand on it. Now, imagine doing that with hundreds of sensitive fingertips at once. That's closer to what an octopus experiences every day. So when a diver's glove enters its reach, the octopus isn't just making contact, it's collecting information, texture, movement, resistance, even traces of chemicals carried by the surrounding seawater. For the octopus, touch is a conversation with the world. Every object is a question. Picture an octopus exploring a coral reef. A shell drifts slowly across the sand. A crab disappears beneath a rock. A glass bottle rests on the ocean floor. A diver's camera reflects sunlight. Each object raises a silent question. Can I eat it? Can I hide inside it? Can it hurt me? Can I use it? Curiosity isn't a luxury. It's survival. An octopus that explores wisely gains knowledge. Knowledge improves future decisions. Future decisions improve survival. Over millions of years, natural selection has rewarded animals that investigate their environment carefully without taking unnecessary risks. That balance between curiosity and caution is one of the octopus's greatest strengths. Learning without words. One of the most fascinating discoveries about octopuses is their ability to learn from experience. Researchers have shown that octopuses can solve puzzles, navigate mazes, open containers to reach food, and remember successful solutions. If one method doesn't work, they often try another. They adapt. They improve. That doesn't mean an octopus reasons exactly as a human does, but it does demonstrate remarkable behavioral flexibility. Every successful experience becomes part of the animal's growing understanding of its world. This ability to adjust behavior rather than relying only on fixed instincts is one reason scientists consider octopuses among the most intelligent invertebrates on Earth. Curiosity meets caution. Now imagine the diver again. The octopus notices a shape unlike anything naturally found on the reef. Large, slow-moving, covered in strange materials, producing streams of bubbles. Should it hide? Should it escape? Or should it investigate? Sometimes the answer is simply one careful touch. Not because the octopus is fearless, but because information reduces uncertainty. One gentle contact can reveal far more than watching from a distance. It isn't greeting the diver. It isn't making friends in the human sense. It's answering one of nature's oldest questions. What exactly is this? A different kind of intelligence. Perhaps the most remarkable lesson isn't that octopuses are intelligent. It's that intelligence doesn't have to look like ours. They don't build cities. They don't create language. They don't live in large social groups like dolphins or elephants. Yet, they solve problems, adapt to new situations, recognize patterns, explore unfamiliar objects, remember useful experiences. Nature has shown us that there isn't only one path to becoming intelligent. There are many. And the octopus may be one of the most extraordinary examples ever discovered. The gentle touch that seemed so mysterious at the beginning of our journey may simply be one intelligent mind trying to understand another. But every encounter ends the same way. Sooner or later, the octopus makes a decision. Stay, hide, or disappear into the reef as though it had never been there at all. And in the final part of our journey, we'll discover why that disappearing act is every bit as astonishing as the touch itself, and what it teaches us about intelligence, curiosity, and the hidden minds that share our planet. The touch lasts only a moment. Then, almost as quietly as it appeared, the octopus begins to retreat. One arm slips back into the reef, then another. Its body seems to melt between the rocks. Within seconds, the animal that was only inches away has almost vanished. But something even stranger is happening. Its skin begins to change. Dark brown becomes pale sand. Smooth skin transforms into rough coral. Tiny bumps rise across its body. The colors shift again. Gray, green, speckled white. The octopus isn't simply hiding, it's becoming part of its surroundings. For millions of years, camouflage has been one of its greatest defenses. Specialized skin cells called chromatophores, along with deeper reflective cells, allow octopuses to rapidly change their appearance. Combined with muscles that alter skin texture, these remarkable adaptations help them blend into reefs, rocks, and seaweed with astonishing speed. To a predator, the octopus simply disappears, not because it moved faster, but because it became almost impossible to see. Why doesn't the octopus stay longer? Why not continue exploring the diver? Because curiosity always has limits. Every extra second spent investigating something unfamiliar also increases risk. The octopus constantly balances two competing needs: learn more or stay alive. It explores just enough to gather useful information. Then, it leaves. This ability to know when to stop may be just as important as curiosity itself. In nature, survival rarely belongs to the boldest animal. It often belongs to the one that knows exactly how much risk is worth taking. A lifetime of learning. Unlike elephants, wolves, or dolphins, most octopus species live surprisingly short lives. Many survive for only 1 to 2 years. Within that brief time, they must master hunting, escaping predators, finding shelter, navigating reefs, avoiding danger, and eventually reproducing before their lives come to an end. There is little time for mistakes. Every successful experience matters. Every lesson counts. Every careful decision improves the chances of surviving one more day. Perhaps that's why their curiosity feels so purposeful. Every new object, every unfamiliar movement, every unexpected visitor could teach something valuable, including us, looking through different eyes. When humans meet another intelligent creature, we often ask one question: is it thinking like us? Maybe that's the wrong question. Perhaps we should ask, what is the world like from its perspective? The octopus doesn't experience the ocean the way we do. It doesn't move through forests. It doesn't build homes. It doesn't speak with sounds. Instead, it explores with 8 incredibly flexible arms. It gathers information through touch. It transforms its appearance in ways that seem almost magical. It solves problems using an intelligence shaped by an entirely different evolutionary journey. Its mind isn't a simpler version of ours. It's something unique, something wonderfully different. And that difference may be exactly what makes it so extraordinary. The next time you dive, someday, you may find yourself floating above a coral reef. The water is calm. Sunlight dances across the sand. A shadow shifts between the rocks. Then, a curious arm slowly reaches towards you. If that moment ever comes, remember this: the octopus probably isn't greeting you. It isn't trying to become your friend, and it certainly isn't behaving out of random chance. It is investigating, learning, trying to reduce uncertainty about a strange visitor in its world. For a brief moment, 2 very different kinds of intelligence meet beneath the sea. Neither fully understands the other, yet both are curious enough to look a little closer. The ocean still holds more mysteries than any place on Earth. Every coral reef, every underwater cave, every drifting forest of seaweed hides lives that challenge the way we think about intelligence itself. The octopus reminds us that nature doesn't create only one kind of brilliant mind. It creates many, each shaped by a different world, each solving different problems, each revealing a new way of experiencing life. Perhaps intelligence isn't measured by how closely another species resembles us, but how beautifully it succeeds on its own terms. And perhaps the greatest discoveries begin not when we ask, what does this animal know? But when we ask, what does the world look like through its eyes? Thank you for exploring another hidden mystery with Wild Mind Files. If this journey changed the way you think about life beneath the waves, subscribe and join us for more explorations into the hidden minds of the animal kingdom. Until next time, keep exploring, keep wondering, because every creature experiences the world differently, and every mind has a story waiting to be understood. Welcome to Wild Mind Files.